Hey guys, here's a quick demo of Home Remote version 2.5. It was submitted to Apple for approval to the App Store a couple of days ago. Average review time is around 9 days, so it should be out sometime next week, hopefully. I'm going to just do a quick demo of some of the features. There's some really good ones this update, so I'm going to quickly go through them. Normally, the phone that I'm filming with is mounted on a tripod the whole time. That's not going to be the case because there's a few things I've got to show. So let's get started. A quick overview of some of the new features are native WeMo support, which is really good. You know, it's before Home Remote did support WeMos, but we had to use a third-party library that would sit on a server. We don't have to do that anymore. The phone can talk directly to and search for WeMo devices, being the WeMo plug socket, the WeMo light switches. They're only available in America really, and the WeMo light bulbs, which you can get pretty much worldwide. So we've also implemented disco mode for Milight, which has been a big request from people in the Netherlands. They seem to really be keen on that over there. And one of the users of Home Remote, Dr. Hercule, gave me a heads up about some great functionality that the app supports with Keyboard Maestro, which is a Mac app that allows you to create macros, keyboard macros essentially, but also has a web server, so you can integrate the web server with Home Remote and do some great stuff with that. So also another person that I speak to on Twitter suggested that I maybe show how slow some of the apps that I'm trying to replace can be. So thank you, Paul. I'm going to go ahead and do that as well. So let's start with the native WeMo support first of all. So you can get to it from adding an action. You type a name here. We're going to go and press WeMo. And you'll see it does a search. It does a search for about 3 or 4 seconds and just looks for all the devices that it can find. So here we've got driveway, Eevee bed lights, Eevee's room, and games room. So Eevee bed lights is the name of a socket, as is driveway. Eevee room and games room are both lights that I have in my house. For the purposes of this demo, I've actually moved one of the plug sockets and one of the light bulbs into this room, just so I can show you the demo. So I'll show you what it looks like when you load up an existing action. So existing action here is study lamp on. So if we go ahead and edit this action, always does the search just so it can find the devices. So it knows the light that I've brought down into here is for the games room upstairs. It ticks it because it finds it. If you can't search for it directly here, you can also manually specify an IP and port. This allows you, if you want to use a dynamic DNS service, you don't have to be able to search for it directly for it to work. If you can put in a dynamic DNS address here, that will work fine. You just need to enable port forwarding. In regards to the whole port forwarding thing, someone gave me an idea over email this week, and I'm going to try and implement a cool new feature, but I'm going to keep that under wraps for the time being, just in case it's too hard to implement. So it's very simple. Basically, you just have an on status, an off status, or a toggle. Toggle will just save you, because you can read the status of the WeMo device, whereas you can't with Milight. It means that we can have a toggle. So instead of on or off, you press toggle and it will switch it to the one it isn't. What we do is we interrogate the WeMo device, we get the on-off status, and then we send the opposite status to that to toggle. So let's have a look at the actions that we've got created. The WeMo actions I've got set up here are these ones. So we've got study WeMo on, study WeMo off, study lamp on, and study off. So I'm just going to take the phone off its tripod and show you the equipment we've got in place here. So here is the Belkin WeMo plug socket. I've not got anything connected to it at the moment, but it's just there for purposes of the demo. And here I normally keep a Milight bulb in here. As you can see, we have a WeMo bulb in. So let's just bring this over to here. So if I press, let's just focus on the phone again. So I'm going to press WeMo, study WeMo on, and you'll see the blue light over here turn on. So that's on. So it's really fast. It's direct communication from the phone to the WeMo, obviously going via the router, instead of phone to router to server being processed by the script, then back to router, back to WeMo. It's a good amount of time saved. So let's pick up the phone that we're using as the test device here. It's just a crappy old iPhone 5C, and let's just focus on the WeMo so we get the right range here. So what you can see, I'm going to press study lamp on. It's really going to overexpose here, so I'm sorry about that. Oh, blimey, there you go. See, the light is now on. I'm going to press off, and part of the WeMo stuff, it just very, very slowly dims the light down very, very nicely. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to move away from the light directly because it's a bit much, but you'll still see the light come on from the way the light changes in the room. So I'm going to use the toggle here. There you go, the light's on. Don't know if you can see that. Definitely on. So I'm going to press it again, and again there's like a sort of 4 or 5 second cool down on the light, something along those lines, in terms of it actually starting to shut down. So it's down, 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 and off. Lovely. So that's the WeMo functionality. I'm really, really pleased with that. It's a lot of users have been asking for WeMo support. Again, that works with your Apple Watch, that works with Pebble, works with your beacons, works with your voice dictation. It's fully integrated with the app now, so that's really good, I think. So next feature, simple one, but let's say the people from the Netherlands seem to love it. Disco mode. So here we have study disco and study color. Study color is just like my way to turn it off. So if I press study disco, you get this cracking, lovely, ultra intense and kind of pretty bloody awful set of flashing lights. You can configure, if you press it again, it will cycle through the different ranges of awfulness that the disco mode on Milight is. Like, why would you want that? But one of them's okay. It's kind of like softly moves between colours. This one here, it's not so bad. It's not so great either. But yeah, there you go, guys from the Netherlands. You can really enjoy having that on now. So I'm going to just change that back to a normal colour. There we go. That's hurts your eyes, eh? Right. So now, cool other features are, I'm going to turn the camera around to the Mac here. Sorry for the cut there, guys, I just dropped the camera. So here we have our phone, and with lock and unlock buttons. If I press lock Mac, the device is locked. You'll see if I press the space bar, screen's going to come back on. It's completely locked. So I'm now going to press the unlock Mac button. That's great, eh? So again, that can be triggered with beacons, it can be triggered with voice. So as you walk away from your computer, it can automatically lock. I'll just show you those two again. Lock Mac off, and then unlock Mac on. So that is locking and unlocking your Mac with Keyboard Maestro. The thing is, we don't want to lock or unlock our Mac unnecessarily by mistake when we accidentally hit the button. So if we, locking your Mac is it's not so bad. You don't want to accidentally unlock the Mac, do you? So that leads us on to the new feature, which is this double tap security. So this was a suggestion from another user, Holger, I believe their name is, that they kept unlocking or opening their garage door by mistake. They use it with home remote, and they press the button by mistake, garage door would open. So we've implemented double tap. So instead of just the one press on the button, that won't do anything. You're going to have to double tap it quickly. Sorry for the voice recognition again there. You're going to have to double tap it quickly to activate this action. So we're going to do that for unlocking the Mac. So we'll just turn that on and go handheld again. So we'll lock it just with one button press. You've seen that already. So lock. Now, if I press unlock once, nothing's going to happen. Even if I press it again, nothing's going to happen. To unlock the Mac, you've got to double tap, and there it is. If you didn't want that, you just go back into your settings, turn off double tap, back to no, and update. Then it's just a single press. So we're going to lock, and then what we're going to do, just one single press, unlock the Mac. There it is.